Hey guys, Wade Bashevson here. This is a response to the Pinoymamba, and his question is how did you get started collecting? So I just thought I'd make a quick video on that. For me, it was my dad who got me into collecting. He didn't really collect all that much when he was a kid. He used to have some baseball cards when he was little, but we would always go shopping at Albertsons. I remember when I was really little, so I was like 3, somewhere around there, and I was still a big fan of basketball. I watched the Sonics, every night that they played. Really into Gary Payton and Shaquille O'Neal and that whole era, and Sean Kemp. Well, fun teams to watch. And so, of course, being a little kid, you run around the store like a madman, looking at all the stuff, grabbing things off the shelves, whatever. I was fairly well behaved, but they had up by the cigarette counter and the other adult paraphernalia, such as a magazine Hugh Hefner made famous. Anyway, I would always run up to that counter, not for that material, but they always had basketball cards and baseball cards and other assorted boxes open with packs inside this glass case. And so I was sitting over there, so it's quite embarrassing for my dad having to walk over there towards the Playboy magazines and the cigarettes and all that. But essentially, he'd buy me a pack. I think it was 99 cents or $1.99 at the time. And basically, I would just one pack of cards with 9 cards in it. I'd sit there and I'd shuffle and I'd look through all the stats and each of the players, and it's like, oh, this was an awesome pack, or man, this pack sucked, this guy's horrible. And I really got onto memorizing all these guys' stats, and still to this day I can go and list through Shaquille O'Neal's stats in 1999, 2000, 2001, XYZ, all the players back in those early days. I can tell you almost their exact stats. I just read those basketball cards so much. In the car, I was looking at them. And then the inserts, if you got an insert, that was really cool. That was like hitting a 101 in today's hobby world. Getting one of those cool inserts. Sometimes they were foil board, and sometimes they had these 3D look to them, or other such things. In general, it was just generally a basic pack of tops back then. And then I got really lucky. We had a sports card shop which moved in right next to the Albertsons, which had hobby packs, and it was a regular old hobby store. So then, if I was really good, we got to go in there, and I got to stare at all the amazing cards they had, and they had all sorts of various products, all the way up to thousands of dollars, exquisite stuff. Eventually, when I got older, they had exquisite, but back then, you still had some $10, $15 a pack stuff. But then I really got interested in this Topps Jumbo, because those had 50 cards per pack, and that was like, oh my gosh, I got this big stack of cards. And you're a little 5-year-old, that's a lot of cards, and that would hold me off for days. I'd just sit there. I didn't watch TV. I was just shuffling, looking at my cards, reading stats, reading the biography on the back, where they went to college, all sorts of stuff. And so pretty well, that just set off my NBA learning, and I could tell you all the rosters of everybody. It was insane. But it was always basketball. I never got baseball. No idea why, but always went for basketball, and that's just the way it was. Really enjoyed basketball, and so that's how I got started on collecting. Then I got into the more higher end stuff. Actually, I believe I went to an autograph signing by the Sonics. They had some of their scrubs and some old fart coaches come to the YMCA where I was playing basketball, and introduced, and they signed these big posters for you, and that sort of thing. And so then it's like, oh cool, I can get these guys autographs, and that's like even better than owning the card. And then so I started buying autograph photos and stuff like that, with some of the spare money that I had, just chump change, whatever it was. And I'll admit, back then I totally got ripped off on some fake autographs, because you just don't know as a kid that people are faking when you're 7, 8 years old, faking autographs, and my parents didn't know either. But so that's how I got started onto the autograph scene. And then I had a hobby store called Carl's Sports Attic. So it was this Carl was the owner, and he had this attic up top. It was basically just a top floor of a 2-story building, and he had a big hobby store up there with all these packs. And I saw a guy pull an autograph out of a pack, and so I thought that was really, really cool. Out of Topps 203 Topps Finest, that's what I remember, and pulled an autograph out of a pack, and I thought that was really cool, because that was combining the best of both worlds. I got the autographs that looked really cool, and then I got the cards, of course, and I love cards. So that got me started onto the autographs, and that's how. And then so basically 1 year later, when the 03-04 draft came out, and I completely fell in love with Chris Bosh, that's how I started purchasing and acquiring different Chris Bosh autograph cards and rookie cards and all sorts of stuff like that. So I guess that's about a 7-minute video for how I got started in collecting, everywhere from my first cards to the how I got started collecting Chris Bosh. Thanks, man, so much for doing this contest. And honestly, I didn't do it for the prize, I just did it for you, because he's an awesome guy. Check out Eric and Joshua, the Pinoymamba. I'll leave their link to the video below. Gotta go subscribe to those guys. Really, really cool. Joshua's got a lot of the same traits that I had as a little kid in collecting, and that he knows all the players just like that. And Eric's a great dad, and just definitely go check him out. Anyway, guys, appreciate it. Talk to you guys later.